significant digits apply to science. We are only as accurate as our least accurate measurement. So what we're going to look at today is significant digits and how we can find out which ones are significant. So there's 5 rules that we're going to look at today, but before we do that, let's take a look at the idea of precision. So we have this beaker here, and it's filled with an unknown liquid, and we see that it's between 40 and 60, and this little tick mark is 50. So we really know that our measurement is between 40 and so we are certain that it is between 40 and 50. We can estimate that it's about 48. Okay, it's about right there. And we can say that our certain and estimated digits are significant digits. So let's take a look at the rules that we have here. First rule is that all non-zero digits are significant. So when we look at the number 5,679, we see that 5, 6, 7, and 9 are all significant. They're important. And so we have 4 significant digits because all of these numbers, 5, 6, 7, and 9, are non-zero numbers. If we look at this number that has a decimal, again, non-zero digits, we have 7, 5, 2, 1, and 2. I'm going to list them here and say, okay, well, my significant digits are 7, 5, 2, 1, and 2. And so there are 5 of them. I just count up how many digits are significant. The last example is 3.1. So again, or 3 1/10. We have 3, we have 1. So we have the 2 digits that are significant are 3 and 1. And so there are 2 significant digits. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me in these 2 examples how many significant digits are in the following numbers, and then state the digits that are significant. So go ahead and pause the video and try these 2 examples. Alright, now that you've tried those 2 examples, let's take a look at them. So we're looking at non-zero digits. We have 4, 4, 5, and 7. And so we list our significant digits, which are 4, 4, 5, and 7, and we have 4 significant digits. I abbreviated significant just to save space. On B, we see that we have 7, 8, 9, 1, 1, and 3 are all significant, and so we have, after we've counted them up, 6 significant digits. The second rule of significant digits says that zeros in between non-zero digits are significant. So let's take a look at an example. We know that 3 and 8 are significant digits. And then it says zeros in between. Well, these are in between. So we have 3, 0, 0, and 8 are all significant digits, and so we have 4 significant digits in this number. Another example, we look here and we have 5, 2, and 7. Those are all non-zero digits, and so we know because of rule 1 that 5, 2, and 7 are all significant. And then we have this 0 here, and we have this 0 here, which are between the non-zero ones, so they are also significant. And so when we look, we have 5, 5, 0, 2, 0, and 7. And so when we add all those up, there are 5 total significant digits. Lastly, let's take a look at this. We have 1 and we have 3. And so it says all of the zeros in between non-zero digits are significant. So that means that all of those zeros are significant. And so we have 6 significant digits. Alright, so let's, again, I want you to look to practice this second rule with these two examples. So go ahead and pause the video and try these two examples. Alright, now that you've had a chance to try those, we're going to take a look. So we have 2, 3, and 5 are all significant because of that first rule. And then because of the second rule, where the zeros in between two non-zero digits are significant, we have a total of 5 significant digits, and they are 2, 3, 0, 0, and 5. Okay, in the second example, we have 1, 5, 7, and 2. Those are all non-zeros. And then we have these 3 zeros in between two non-zero digits. So we have 1, 5, 0, 0, 0, 7, 2, and we have 7 significant digits. The third rule says that trailing zeros in a decimal are significant. Trailing, all that means is that it's coming after the decimal places. So when we look here, we have 57 and 200 thousandths. Due to rule 1, we have 5, 7, and 2, because those are non-zeros. We don't have any zeros in between these, but these zeros here are our trailing zeros, and so on our decimal, so those are significant. So we have 5, 7, 2, 0, 0, and we have 5 significant digits. Let's take a look at the next one. Due to rule 1, 9 is a significant digit, and then since this zero is between two significant digits, because this is a trailing zero, we have 3 significant digits. Some people forget that this one is significant, but if the 9 is significant and then this 0 is significant, this one has to be significant. So we have a total of 3 significant digits. Our last one, we're looking at non-zero digits, are 2 and 7. We have 2 zeros in between non-zeros, so those 2 count, and then we have our trailing 0 here. So when we look, we have 2, 0, 0, 7, and 0, and which is 5 significant digits. So again, I want you to practice. I want you to state how many significant digits are in each of these numbers, and then tell me what the digits actually are. So pause the video and try these 2 examples for me. Alright, now that you've tried these examples, let's take a look. We have 2, 7, and 2 are all non-zero digits, so they're significant. We have this 0 here that is in between the 7 and the 2, which are non-zeros, so that's significant. And then we have this trailing 0 here. So we have a total, after using rules 1, 2, and 3, we have a total of 5 significant digits of 2, 7, 0, 2, and 0. In this second number, we have 1 and 1 are non-zero digits. We have our rule 2 with the 0 in between 2 non-zeros, and then we have these trailing zeros. So in this one, using rules 1, 2, and 3, we have 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, and we have 5 significant digits. Rule number 4. Zeros on the left of the first non-zero digit are not significant. Okay, keep that in mind, not significant. And so when we look at this example here, we see that 5, 8, and 7 are all significant digits because they're non-zeros. And then it says if you have a 0 to the left of your first one, okay, this 5 is the first non-zero digit, this is not significant. And so we have 3 significant digits of 5, 7, and 8. Okay, in this next example, here is our first non-zero digit, and it says all zeros to the left are not significant. So we have 1 significant digit. Finally, we have a 6, a 0, a 1, and a 0. So our 6 is our first non-zero. We have another non-zero digit, this 0 is between, so this is significant, and this is one of our trailing zeros. So this is like rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, and then rule 4 says that these are not significant because they are to the left of the first non-zero digit. So we should have 4 significant digits. Alright, it's another opportunity for you to practice. So I want you to state how many significant digits are in these two numbers. So go ahead and pause the video and try these examples for me. Alright, now that you've tried these examples, let's take a look at A. So we have 1 is our first non-zero digit, so that means that this 0 and this 0 are not significant because of rule 4. And we have a trailing 0 here, which is significant, so due to rules 1, 3, and 4, we have 1 and 0, and we have 2 significant digits. Okay, the next one, we look at our non-zero digits. We see that because of rule 2, where it says zeros in between two non-zeros is significant, then this 0 is significant. And then rule 4 says that zeros to the left of our first non-zero are not significant. So we have 9, 5, 0, and 8, and we have 4 significant digits. Now that we've looked at the first 4 rules of significant digits, I want you to give it a try using the practice that I have provided for you. You can come into class and ask any questions that you have, and we're going to look at rule number 5 in a different video. Thanks for watching.